Welcome back to another Jack Reviews for you. The video that you're seeing and audio that you're hearing are coming right from the Baseus S2 outdoor security camera. You know what though? Enough talk. Let's get right into this review.
I've set up a temporary location right here, and the reason I did that is because the sun exposure is limited, because I really wanted to take a look at that solar panel, one, moving, and two, making sure this camera stays charged. Later on, I am going to move this to its permanent location, but right now I think this is a great area. I'm excited to see that solar panel start to adjust, catching the sun as it moves across the house.
I thought it'd be fun to get right into the features of this camera, and if you're interested in seeing the unboxing and the setup, that'll be later on in this video. The directions on the camera tell us to have it between 7 and 10 feet mount off the ground. Right now mine is right at 8 feet. It does have 145 degrees of an angle, so you can see a lot of space. Also right here from the app, you can see that it says that we are in 4K. I'm not able to adjust the actual quality right now because I'm recording to my phone from what I'm broadcasting here, but at the bottom of your screen, you're going to see a little tiny 4K. If you just tap that, you could choose either 720p or 4K. I'm really surprised that my camera is actually working on 4K because I do live out in the country and the internet is subpar, but it's cool that you can change between 720p and 4K. Also right there on the screen, you can take advantage of that 8K zoom. Yes, you heard that right. I can zoom right in on myself. Hey there, how are you? It's good to see you. Check that out. That is so cool right here on the app. I wanted to give you a side-by-side comparison of the different night vision options you have. First and foremost, you have no night vision. You can just turn it all off. Then you have the black and white night vision. And of course, then you can also utilize what's the color night vision, which utilizes a floodlight on the camera. Now, between the two different night vision options, the black and white night vision uses less power, although you can't necessarily see as much as you can with the floodlight. I just wanted to show you all three next to each other.
I do want to show you some of the functions in the app. You can see that we have the app pulled up. You can see that 4K at the bottom right of my actual video screen. If I click on that, this is where I can switch it between 720 or 4K. So you do have that option as far as to switch it back and forth. I appreciate it in 4K when my internet allows. Also, you can see right from here is I can record, I can take pictures, I can mute, I can change the screen size, I can definitely turn on my spotlight, set off an alarm if I want to, and even edit the night vision all right here conveniently within the app while watching the video. Finally, I do want to point your attention to that microphone button. You have two-way communication, so if you do have a human detected and you want to talk to them, you just push the button and talk, and then you could also listen to them. That is a cool feature, especially if you have unwanted visitors or wanted visitors at your house. I'm not going to go into all of the features that this camera app has to offer, but there is one that's important to me that I want to show you. All right, so right now we are looking at our live footage. You can see that gear icon at the top right. I'm going to click on that. And now I'm going to scroll down to where it says video settings. Once in video settings, you can see where it says privacy zones, and then I can add a privacy zone. Now, my phone just naturally turned to a landscape versus the portrait mode. And so what I can do here is I can actually add a privacy zone. If I do not want my camera looking at a certain area, I'm going to click on this plus. I can move that and block it if I want to, an entire area. Therefore, you can have control and customization over your own privacy. With that privacy zone set, we're going to go back and take a look at our actual camera. It's going to reload it because I just went through, but look, my privacy zone has been set. Now the camera will not look or record in that area. Of course, if I want to delete that privacy zone, I'm actually just going to go back in, I hit the pencil, I hit the delete button, and there you go, I'm going to delete that privacy zone. See, it's gone. My favorite part of the camera is the solar tracking part of this. Don't get me wrong, it's an awesome camera, but check out how the camera is intuitive and it senses where the sun is. It does it every few hours or so, and then it locks right into place where the best sun exposure is. Therefore, you know your solar panel is always getting charged. That is super cool.
You know what? That was all the features I'm going to go over. There are so many packed into this camera. It is pretty impressive. Let's get into that unboxing and setup that we promised.
I'm excited to take a look at our Baseus Security S2. This is a full 4K camera, and of course it does have that sun power tracking. That's my favorite part of these cameras. Anyway, this has a retail value as per this review of about $199. Let's open this up to see what we get. unboxed, we can see that we have our Security S2, we have mounting hardware, a micro USB to USB charger, some screws, and of course our quick start guide. We are going to go over the app setup in just a little bit, but I'm excited to say this is a 4K camera with full color night vision and 8x zoom. I'm really excited to test all of those things out. What I'm going to do first though is I'm going to charge this completely. Although this does have that sun power tracking, it includes a 7800 milliamp battery that I do want to charge before we even use it, but they tell us that the sun will charge up to a 900 milliamps per day. Wow, that's super cool. Let's charge this. As with other cameras, there is this weatherproofing rubber stopper right there, and that's where our charger port is going to go. Let's plug that in there. As it's charging, we also want to show, oh, that thing just started moving already. We also want to show that this does have a micro SD card slot, and the directions tell us it supports up to a 512 gigabytes. So if you want to have your local storage all on your own, you just slide it right in there. We let our camera charge for an entire 24-hour period just to be safe. On the bottom here, you're going to see there's a sync button. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to push and hold that button right now. We heard an audible chime, and of course now we see a blue light on the front of our camera. That means we are ready to go. What I have is the app actually pulled up. Let's click on that big yellow button that says Add Device. We're going to add a camera, and of course you can see all the different cameras that Baseus has to offer, but we are going to go down to the S2 outdoor camera. Click on that. I'm adding it to my Jeff Reviews for You network. Let's click Next. Remember that button that we used before to turn it on? Well, we're going to push and hold that for 5 seconds, but it's already flashing blue for us, so we've already done that, but that's what you would do now. Push and hold, hit Next.
Connect to the Wi-Fi.
Once you enter your password and such, it's going to connect you right up to your Wi-Fi.
The Wi-Fi connection is successful.
And as you heard, our connection to the Wi-Fi is successful. I will be putting this one in my backyard, so I'm going to click that and click Next. And check that out, we are added successfully. Awesome. Mounting this is actually pretty straightforward, so I'm going to take this part off. This is your attachment to the actual camera. So what you're going to do is you're going to utilize these 2 screw holes, screw this into something solid, and then you're going to attach this right back on. Now mind you, this part right here goes in the back side of your camera, and you can honestly be up and installed in about 2 minutes. I always install mine with this part facing down. Therefore, if I wanted to angle my camera down at a lower level, I can. If you need to do yours differently, like left to right, well, you have that customization, but I always do mine so it can go up and down just like that. Right next to the sync button is the rubber gasket that covers up where your SD card goes. So if you're not using a home station to record your video, you absolutely have to have an SD card in order to record video. As promised, I wanted to show you my final installation. I have it right here on an outside playground. I want it to be on my backyard in the pool area, therefore I could have surveillance there all the time. I love this specific space because, man, there is sun all day long. If we talk further about that solar charging, over the time that I've been using it the last couple weeks, what I've noticed is anytime I drop below 100 on the battery, the solar panel kicks into gear and makes sure it charges me right back up to 100 in that same day. And let me tell you, I utilize this a lot. The battery has held up strong, and I appreciate that solar charging. I do love that this is wireless. I do not have to have it connected to the house. As long as it can reach the Wi-Fi signal out here, it is awesome. As I wrap up this video, I think it's important to talk a little about that radar detection that it has on there. It really does eliminate any of those false alarms. You can tell the difference between a human or just some other type of motion, whether it's a vehicle or an animal. That to me is really important because then I can say, only notify me if there are humans around. Anyway, that was my full review of the Baseus S2 outdoor security camera. If this is something that interests you, I will leave a link down in the description. This is Jeff with Jeff Reviews for You. As always, thanks for stopping by, and I hope you have a great day.